Hey guys, it's Flo here. It is Thursday morning, the day after Wednesday, which is always good. And I'm just going to not enter my PIN number in right now. Let me just get that 1 second. Just get Twitter up whilst I do that. I'm going to be doing a ramble today, as I'm sure you can imagine, because yesterday was Wednesday, and Wednesday, as I like to call it, was RuneScape Twitter Day. I'm just doing a quick bit of farming in the background here. Right, we can go back to RuneScape. There we go. Wicked. So, I hope you're all doing well today. I am actually doing a day of recording things. I really wanted to do this little ramble because I was, of course, having some thoughts yesterday. But I'm going to be recording some sound bits and bobs for the Zaironi episode, which I should have out this evening. I'm going to chuck this up pretty quickly after recording it, so that's all good fun. And then I'll also be doing some stuff for the UIM progress series as well today, so that is all exciting. And then tomorrow, all being well, you guys can expect a live stream, and I'll put some information up on the screen. Be about 9:30 in the morning UK time. So which is about this time actually, and a link to my Twitch will be up there as well, so twitch.com or .tv I think it is /FloTheUIM. But today I wanted to do another little ramble quickly about yesterday's announcement. So and those of you who don't know, RuneScape people, JMods, OSRS team, currently on a little break. I say break, they're doing game jam this week, so they're spending some time to come up with some interesting, and this is the content team I think mainly, coming up with some interesting new ideas and developments for future updates. Some of them are looking really good, like the dogs. Gotta love the dogs, the dog idea. Go check that out, that looks really cool. Some new kind of wilderness updates. There's some stuff to do with Valamore, which is really interesting for Zaya, so maybe some more Twisted Tales, Twisted Lore in there, which would be really cool, and a few other interesting things as well. So hopefully some good stuff comes from that. But meanwhile, so what that meant there was no update. Luckily, no update means no rollback, because that seems to be a weekly theme. I'm just going to get set up and run some laps, even though I'm not really going to be playing this much whilst we're going to be talking. But yeah, no rollback, which is always good. However, and I'm going to actually flick over now to the news post, which I haven't actually read fully yet, but I will get up on screen now. New membership and shop price changes. All right. I'm going to give this my full attention, so let's get into this. So yeah, yesterday, 6th of April, day after my birthday, big 3-0 occurred on Tuesday. Happy birthday to me. Jagex have decided to increase their membership and shop prices. So on May the 4th, 2022, they'll be changing the price of membership for new members and those who've been unsubscribed for more than 14 days. So this is really important. If you currently have a concurrent membership with RuneScape, or you have a membership that's not lapsed by 14 days of not being subscribed, and you resubscribe, you will not be affected by these changes. This will only really impact new players and those people returning to the game as well. So don't worry. It's not like it's going to go up overnight for us who are currently subscribed. It does have a lot of interesting implications, and I'll get into those, but let's read through this first. So yeah, it literally says there, if you are a member and don't lapse out for more than 14 days, you're going to keep your current rate membership. So that's kind of like a show of good faith from Jagex there, which is nice. It's nice. The shop items and services will also be changing. Bonds can still be paid, used to enjoy all paid and administrative playtime. So there's only one shop item, isn't there, which is bonds, I think. I could be talking about the premiership, I'm not really sure. Bonds is the only thing they'll be going up as well. This is quite interesting though. So in the last 4 years, we've seen rising development costs, inflation rises globally, and fluctuations between international currencies. Obviously, Jagex is a UK-based company, but operates internationally around the world with their memberships. So lots of different factors affecting this. And one of the big things is the rise in cost of livings that could also be impacting this in the UK specifically. But here are the changes. So they're looking at a so the 12-month plan changes to a 12-month Premier membership plan featuring all the parts of Premier Club. I don't even know what they are. The 12-month plan includes a heavy discount of 45% over subscribing monthly, and the 3-month membership plan will be retired. Existing 3-month membership plans will be continued beyond this date and will not be available if your membership lapses or changes. So this is what I've got. I've got a 3-month membership, so I'm not going to lose that. But what they're doing instead is they're doing a 1-month, 6-month, and a 12-month. So this is where people were kicking off. I don't know if they were kicking off, but membership pricing is weird because it's localized to each country. It's not like, I don't think $8.99 is. Let's actually have a look. $8.99 GBP in USD. 11.76. So no, it's not like unilateral over the board. However, $8.99 is £2 more than what it was, which is quite a big jump. Although the membership prices have been the same for a long time, but $6.99 to $8.99 is a pretty big jump. 6-month is $44.99, but then a Premier 12-month is only £60. So if you look at it like that, you could either pay, I've got a calculator in the background, $8.99, which is £107.88, or $59.99. So you actually save $47.89 by subscribing all up front for 12 months. I don't know anybody who would do that. I don't know. I mean, I have a recurring membership, but I cancel every now and then and stuff, and I take a few weeks off and whatnot. So, it might seem good sense actually just to get a year's long membership. But yeah, that's quite a good deal. But for month by month people, it's not going to be very affordable. You're literally paying nearly double the price for membership. But it says down here you can subscribe at any time before May the 4th to take advantage of current subscription pricings. All existing rates will continue to be honoured, providing your subscription remains active and does not lapse for more than 2 weeks. And that is, I'm just going to log out of. Oh no, I'll just go move up here actually, because I'll need that in a minute. It was just making a noise in my ears. So the 14-day membership packages will continue to be available at the cost of 1 bond. Shop item prices. As you know, there's only one thing that you can buy in the shop, and that is the bond. For us in the UK, the bond has gone up by £1, so $4.99. I don't know whether, well, excuse me, it probably will impact the price of bonds in game. Maybe quite significantly, maybe not so much. Maybe there'll be a smaller supply, higher supply, who knows. But that is quite interesting. Seeing that, that goes up by £1. I wonder if the price of bonds will go up. Probably will do. I don't really use bonds because here I am and I can't buy them. No, technically I can if I drop stuff over to a main and then the main did that. Oh, actually no, you can do that now, can't you? Yes, you can indeed. You can purchase bonds off the Grand Exchange. So yeah, but I don't earn enough in-game currency, I don't think, to afford every 2 weeks buying a bond, to be honest with you. So it's alright. I'm a full-time employed person, so I can afford to pay my membership and stuff, so that's fine. However, a lot of people were kind of pitchforks out, torches and everything, thinking the world's coming to end, and rightly so, because there is an interesting thing, an interesting relationship between obviously the increase of membership price, however the lack of basic things within the game, which is one of the key things I wanted to talk about. And what do I mean by basic things? Well, obviously we've got a working game. Old School RuneScape is a backup of a 2007 version of the game, so visually it looks kind of a bit quirky. I'm going to actually switch back to RuneScape for now, just running some laps up here in Zaire. in the old shading course. So yeah, visually, as you can see, this is the HD mod, but you know, it looks kind of old school. It's quirky. It's cool. It is a point and click game. It's got a, you know, a simple, interesting tick system, and it's a point and click game, and that's kind of it really. You know, there's not, you can't jump, you can't do this, you can't, you know, there's no hotbar, not in old school RuneScape anyway. There's not loads of random abilities. It's literally just, you know, you click and things happen. So it's quite basic on that essence, but you know, over time we've learned more about the tick system. It's become a bit more complex and a deeper system than initially thought. But on the face of it, it's quite a basic game. You just point and click and watch numbers go up. That is the way it works. There are other games out there that are far more advanced and cost similar kind of amount. So I'm actually going to pull up in the background, and this is what a lot of people are saying. So Final Fantasy XIV is a really good example for this. Final Fantasy XIV is a huge MMO that spans across many different expansions. It's been out for many years, and it has heaps of content, and a membership for Final Fantasy XIV is currently at entry level £7.96, and then a 30-day membership is £8.99, and it goes down slightly as time goes on. So Final Fantasy XIV, I would say, is a AAA game. I wouldn't say Old School RuneScape is a AAA game at all, but I'd say Final Fantasy XIV is a AAA MMO because it has intricate systems. It is relatively bug-free on the whole. It has a huge map, a huge world that it's created. It has the ability to create one character and play every single type of job that they have over this. You have a job system, so rather than classes, like a classic MMO, you have different jobs. You can play every single job on your character. So you can level each of those jobs up to the maximum level. I don't know what the level cap is at the moment, but when I was playing, it was like 70 or 80 or something. I think it was 80. There's also a massive crafting system. There are non-combat jobs, so like skills that you can level up as well, all on the same character, and you only need to pay once a month of that $18.99 fee. They have a really good support system as far as I know, albeit the lodestone where they kind of, you do all your online membership stuff can be a little bit annoying and a bit frustrating, and the UI can be a little bit sort of finicky at times, but you know, really fantastic game, and it costs the same a month as this. However, there is a box cost for the game, so you have to buy the base game and you have to buy the expansions on top of that. However, they normally group in a lot of expansions with the initial base cost, and you can actually play a lot of the game for free. Play a lot of the game for free before you actually get locked out from content. Old School RuneScape's free to play is relatively small and restricted in comparison. It's quite a small world. Sort of, you know, set a number of skills you can have and things like that. But for the cost comparison, it's an absolute steal to play Final Fantasy XIV for $8.99 a month. And again, it gets cheaper if you buy sort of bigger packages for, you know, like 3 months and 2 months and stuff like that. And that is, you know, that is an example of the difference. So the reason why people are kind of complaining is because they're like, well, we're starting to pay more in membership, albeit there's no box cost, but we don't get the things that other MMOs have, especially something like Square Enix, which is a huge AAA game studio, whereas Jagex at times feels like more of an indie game studio, even though they're kind of owned by a big, not overseen by a big financial corporation, and do have a lot of money, and we'll get into the money side of it a bit later on. A lot of people are saying, well, you know, we have rollbacks pretty much everywhere. We've had quite a few rollbacks this year and these last few months. The customer support is apparently not very good, even though I've never had to use them. I can't really comment on that. The account security is rubbish. It is rubbish. You can hack someone, like, it's quite easy. People get hacked all the time and get their things stolen, and there's kind of no common sort of recourse for that. It just happens, and you know, they apologize and they get your stuff back, and or whatever, or they get your account back, and that's it. You know, kind of sucks to be you if you get your account stolen. And there's other things, you know, there can be lots of bugs in the game, as I said, with rollbacks. Content is good, and they do have an interesting content map, which is nice to see. However, it's not as vast as some of the other games out there for the price comparison, which, you know, it kind of lends itself to the fact that old school RuneScape was never supposed to be such a big and popular game. Jagex never thought it would actually do very well. However, I think it's more popular than RuneScape 3, which is, you know, good for us. So it could be just a lack of investment. People always talk about, you know, Jagex have all this money, but they're not spending it on old school RuneScape. I don't really know too much about that side of it. But what I do know is that I'm going to switch back to Internet Explorer. I was just Googling the price of the emote. That they, you know, interestingly, this year, I say interestingly, they do this all the time. They release their financial year report for 2020. This is not 2022, so a lot of things have changed since then. However, you know, Jagex is a multi-million-pound company. So they do have the money and the backup and the resources to invest a lot of money into the game, to invest a lot in their support, their structuring, their servers, even their events and everything. They just don't. Why they don't, who knows. But they recorded a growth of 10% in employees during the pandemic impacted year, and operating profits increased to 53.8 million with a revenue of 120 million pounds, which is a lot of money. You know, it's a kind of medium-sized team. They've got loads of stuff going on. You know, they do a lot for charities, you can see down here. They've got really high membership things, revenue. They've got the Steam launch and different content updates and stuff like that. And they are owned by the Carlyle Group, who are a kind of investment firm, and they probably have a lot of people that they've given or sent in to Jagex to help increase their profits and everything. So when you look at this compared with the increase in cost of membership, you kind of think, oh damn, well, what's going on here? You know, how much money are they really sort of investing into RuneScape, you know, and things like that. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of do a quick comparison of money and how much extra money they'll be getting if, for example, all the members were paying, like we're doing that fresh subscription on a new price. So I'm just going to have a quick flick over to the looking at the number of people that are online. It's really hard to do this because I was trying to think, there's about 40,000 people online at the moment, and I'm trying to think of how many people are free to play. So about 500. I'm going to round it up. 900, 1,000. Just looking for the white stars. 1,200. This won't take too long. It's quite interesting experiment actually. 1,200. So that's 1,300. 14. 15. 16. 17, 18. 50. 17, 18, 19, 2000, 2100, 2200, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26. This is real guesstimation, by the way. 26, 7, 8, 9. Let's say 3000. 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, 3-3-5, 3-4, 5, 3-6, 3-7, 3-8, 3-9, 4,000. 4, 1, 2, 3. So about 3,400. I'm going to put that into my calculator. It's about 3,400. RuneScape has 40,000 people playing. So 3,400 minus 40,000 gives us 36,600. So by my maths, is currently 36,600 people playing RuneScape at the moment. I'm just going to run another lap. If all of those people were to pay the £2 increased membership per month, we're looking at an extra, this is extra income of £73,200 per month just in membership fees here. Just at the moment, this is just going off current figures. I think at peak times, we're looking at maybe 100,000, sometimes it gets up to 100,000 people. So, you know, looking at 3,000 to 40,000, that's about 10%. So, you know, maybe I'll try this again and put it on Twitter how many people are actually on. So we had 73,200 people, £200 per month times up by 12. So you're looking at an extra increase of about £878,000 a year just from membership, nearly £1 million extra. But yeah, which is pretty bonkers, and you know, that's a lot of money that is coming in. So people are looking at that and they're thinking, well, you're going to be getting that much extra money in, why aren't we having more stuff put into the game, right? Why isn't the content as great? Well, content is great, actually. I think the content's pretty good, but why isn't the game running as it should be? Why isn't there more security? And I think it's a really good time for Jagex to answer those questions and actually give us some hard promises and actually follow through with what they say within that. And this leads me to the final point of the day. So just to recap so far, membership prices increased. People aren't happy about it, and rightly so, because a lot of people, you know, they might not be earning loads of money. They might have their membership paid by their parents or their partner, or it might be quite a small thing that they can afford extra, you know, like that $6.99 a month or however much. I think it was like $18.99 every 3 months. So they might not be able to actually just generally afford the extra outgoing. So £2 a month, you know, that ends up to being like, you know, extra £24 a year. It might seem small, and it probably is small for most people, but you know, it's an extra financial investment. And on the grand scheme of things, that extra money is reflected within the increased cost of living, which is something that is probably a driving factor of this increase. So in the UK, we're seeing a massive increase in cost of living, things such as our electricity bills going up by 50%, you know, which is huge. For me, myself, it's going up from something like, I don't know, I think it's going up by £300 or £400 a year, which is insane. You know, cost of food, cost of, you know, day-to-day things, is going up as well. So I think, you know, they're trying to combat that by doing this. However, people at the RS team aren't very happy about this, and they want some clarity. And this was actually kind of brought to light by, what's that? It's not working now. You were working before. Oh, yeah. Can you see? Let me just check that it's working okay. Ooh. By this tweet put out by Rendy. So Rendy had a kind of an anonymous person post some questions from OSRS team to the Jagex CEO regarding the price hike of bonds and memberships. The team is fighting for players and management is turning them down every step of the way. So they're talking about the inflation costs as far as 5.5% already, and the ongoing situation right now. So you're looking, like I said, fuel, energy, goods, estimates of going up to 8%. Are Jagex able to review the 3% cost of living increase that was granted this year with the aim of not leaving their staff arguably worse off over the next 12 months, especially those who may not get bonuses due to overall performance of the business this year or without a positional pay rise? So they're essentially asking if Jagex can actually, you know, hey, we see you're putting the price of membership and other services up. Are you going to pay us more to reflect the increase in cost of living? A lot of companies are doing this. They're putting salaries up incrementally to help people live better, because, you know, people are going to be taking more money. coming out. The company is actually going to be taking more money coming in, so there should be some kind of increase across the board. As OSRS contributes significantly to Jagex income, wouldn't it make sense to see a greater percentage of the available investment? At this time, the OSRS graphics team are massively understaffed, developers leave, positions going unfilled, difficulty interfacing with external teams, all of which is leaving us hamstrung. So yeah, people are leaving the team basically, and they're not doing much to either keep the attrition rate low, high even, I mean, so stop people leaving, or do stuff to recruit new people. As a result of the latest company meeting, one of the departments mentioned being considered in redundancies player support, which is mad because, as it says here, the OSRS team has argued frequently that our player support team needs more assistance. Doing right by the players at both staffing and technical levels can more light be shed on how the business is looking to shuffle in terms of player support to ensure that we provide a better service to the players. So they want to give us better. They know that there are failings within the company and within their support system, but Jagex aren't taking account of this in their staffing. The mere mention of losing headcount in this area caused even more concern in an area that is believed to be not receiving as much as they should in order to deliver a better service to those who keep our business profitable. As a customer who's invested vast amounts of time into our RSRS account and who learns that modern security features are still coming soon at an unconfirmed date, that's great because that's what people are saying. That's what we say all the time. Nearly 3 years after promise, might you feel that you're getting poor service for £11 a month, that you might mistrust, or $11. The promises you're hearing now, how would this make you feel about it price-wise as such a customer? So they're basically saying, hey, if you were paying £11 a month for a service, don't you think that you should get better service for that money? Because you're paying, right? You get the game, cool. But you should get everything else that comes with it. You should get the support. You should get the security. You should not be open to, I'd say, crime, but people stealing your information, stealing your account, stealing the things that you've spent your time on getting. I think it's really important that Jagex actually step up to the plate and fix these issues. This person goes on to say, why are we going ahead with increasing the cost of membership when we're fully aware there are glaringly huge issues that are yet to be addressed? How can we justify this as being required when reporting record profits, which is what they said, a 10% increase in profits back in 2020. So bots are running rampant in game. Real world trade continues to be a huge problem. Our support offering is subpar at best when compared to other competitors. Our game was lag consistently, and at times our login servers are unavailable, or the world's just disconnected players, and we are yet to materialize any of the account security problems from 2019. So it's like I said before, look at a game like Final Fantasy 14. I don't know about the support network, but their stability and their servers are really good. They're obviously, they've got a lot of investment into that side of things. Their account security, I think, is great. They've got, they've got their special key code thingy, like a authenticator, but it's even more secure. And they've got loads of other measures as well to keep accounts secure. So there's no worry of losing your stuff there. And then they're talking about bots and real world trading and things like that, Jagex can actually best in preventing, but they're obviously not, which is another big sad. Would it not be in our best interest to make good on the promises we've made time and time again before expecting our customers to pay for less? Are you aware of how poorly our players speak of Jagex as a studio due to these broken promises? And that at the end is really important. They're basically saying, do you know that people speak quite poorly of you, and people don't like you as a company because of so many things that have happened. And I think that's really interesting thing to end off on there. Is, are Jagex listening? Are they seeing? Are they getting an idea of what's going on here? I actually can see my tweet response in the corner there, just talking about how things are being really bad and there's no support from the government. And then you look at this and there's no support from the companies either at the moment to help bridge the gap of pay and stuff. And it's all cyclical. We should see if membership prices go up because the cost of things are going up for the business, then we should see the salaries of the employees go up. We should see the performance of the business actually as not financially, but actually structurally improve. We should see the servers improve, customer support improve, account security improve, all these other things improve, because that's what happens if you have a good, happy workforce. and you invest your money in the right way, you can achieve those things really, really well. And it all comes out, unfortunately, money is super important in this, because if you have money and you're happy as an employee, you're going to want to go on to make better things and to work harder in your job. And also as a company, if you're investing the money properly, then you'll be able to, make good on your promises, improve the systems, invest in the right people, and people will want to work for you as well. A lot of people are leaving Jagex to go to other game studios because, they come on board, maybe as interns, maybe it's kind of entry-level positions. They learn their skills, they get quite good at what they do, and they get snatched up by another studio who are going to pay 5, 10, 15, 20 grand more, maybe. So that's really important. So I think that's a good point to kind of leave off in this whole thing is, yes, it's bad that the membership prices are increasing. And I think, that's really important that we are vocal about that. However, we shouldn't forget that there's a grander thing going on here, which is, the systemic issue in the increase in cost of living, yet the companies and obviously the government not helping people along with this. And that's kind of what the whole point of this ramble was, really, to shed a bit of light on, this is a bad issue, and I hope Jagex are listening. They are taking into account what people say, because it's important, man. People will have to live, people will have to be happy and comfortable, and if the cost of living is going up due to whatever reason, if it's the war, if it's just general rise in pricings of things because of inflation, and things exponentially get more expensive as time goes on because demand increases and supply decreases, and all these conflicts and stuff in the world, then we should have contingencies in place to help people live with that. And that's what I hope happens. So yeah, that was it for the ramble for today. I hope I kind of explain things all right. I'm not an economist. It's just not my speciality area. I've been on this earth for 30 years now, and I understand how some of these things work. But yeah, but please do speak up. Share things like what Randy has posted here. Call out Jagex. Don't call out the J-mods. They're not the ones making these big financial decisions. Call out Jagex. I don't know. Send a message in, send an email, start a petition, do the riots, but make sure it's aimed at the people that it needs to be aimed at, which is Jagex, the company that own the company that look after the IP, which is Old School RuneScape. It's not the J-mod's fault. It's not Mod Ash's fault. It's not Mod Light's fault. Whoever. It's not their fault that this is happening. This is Jagex, and to a greater degree the Carlyle Group, who own Jagex as well. So that's really important to keep in mind. So with that being said, I'm going to leave you guys. Get back to your days. Thank you for tuning in. If you've made it this far, massive thank you to you. Remember to like, subscribe to the channel. It means I can put out more content, have more chats with you guys. And it sort of makes me smile as well when I get new subscribers. That's always good. And leave your comments below if you've got something to add. We're going to have a conversation about this. My voice is starting to go, so I'm going to sign off for now. So everyone out there, take care, have a good day, and I'll see you in Gillinor soon.